So a new update with Tesla Model 3 battery and the Deye high voltage inverter. Like maybe you have seen it before, I have two Gen 24 what I changed with one 50 kilowatt Deye. It's a high voltage one and support two battery. They have two different BMS and have also the option to make it to be like a UPS on the system. So that means it's an off-grid inverter. When the power shut down, the inverter will keep running and supply the house. Here I have a battery emulator. It's a Liligo ESP32 that emulates the BUD faker. So it's mean that make the inverter to believe you have original BID battery, and it read the internal BMS from the Tesla battery with all the data. Another things it is a tricky things it is to that inverter. It send data through a cloud, Chinese cloud, and that it's get a little bit late, about 10 minutes or something like that, and it's a little bit annoying if we believe it's happening kind of conspiracy or something. So the inverter it's gonna shut down. Let's say never will happen, but who knows. And I make it to don't go into the cloud with that small ESP32. You can use the same Liligo, but I don't have it yet, so I use a ESP32 plus RS485. You need to weld it a little bit. Another one, it's a plug-and-play version, so you just put them in, and plus and minus, or A and B, and through the RS485 into the inverter. Or you can read it as well from the smart meter. And that things what you're reading from the smart meter or the RS485, it's going through the Home Assistant. I have running the Home Assistant into the virtual machine, Proxmox. I don't know if many people they know it, but you can as well use it in the Raspberry Pi. I have a Raspberry Pi over there, so you can use it also Raspberry Pi, and it's get instant data with everything what's happening into the inverter. You can see I discharge with 469 now, and here it's set 462, so it's very less difference to that. So it's get about 5 seconds or something like that. And the system, it's the same, that it's another battery, half of the battery of the Model 3. It's running also in this one. The Chinese, they said it will work with two different battery, two different capacity, but I don't figure out yet how it will be, because if I mount it, it will only work with the voltage capacity state of charge maker, not with a CAN communication or RS Modbus communication. So you will work, but only with the voltage version. Here you can see, you can choose what the communication it will be. So you can use lithium, use battery voltage, and no battery. In my case, I use lithium, and I use the CAN communication, the CAN, what is coming directly from the battery. If I put them in the voltage mode, they will recognize both of the battery, because you have a double BMS. But in this case, when you have a higher battery 1 and lower battery 2, will discharge the highest battery. It will discharge into the lowest battery. That issue can be done with a shunt that will prevent that things, and I am still working to that. But when I purchased the inverter, she said, the Chinese, they said they will work with two type of battery, with two type of communication, with two different capacity. It's a little bit not true, and I don't know, the Chinese, they will tell you sometimes what you need to hear it, and it's not necessary to be true also. But that is another story, and I think you can be fixed with the same faker. So it need to be done a separate faker to that two type of battery and connected through the inverter. So that is all. I hope it's helped to somebody what is looking for the information about this inverter. It's not a European one, it's a Chinese, so it's still I don't know, new in the market, at least this high voltage. I know many people in South Africa and I don't know, Spain or something like that, they use it, but the low voltage one, it's very popular over there and quite cheap. So for a piece of metal, she's doing a lot of things. You have a generator mode, you have a smart load mode, so that's mean when you have a surplus. In the case of Fronius Gen 24, maybe you know it, or Fronius in general, they have things what it's called on pilot. That means with the excess of energy, solar energy, you can give it to the on pilot, so you can use it, for example, to a hot water boiler or something like that. This one, she already have it inbuilt. In the situation of Fronius, you need to buy it separately. You don't need to have a smart meter. It's use some CLT clamps inside. You can also use it as well with a smart meter, but I use it without. What more? It's easy to install. It's an off-grid inverter, so in case the power shut down, you will keep running. I get an ATES here. That is also a Chinese one, so I will do it. I will connect it between the grid and the load. So that means when it's shut down for any reason, I don't know if it's gonna happen. I would like to switch the grid on, because I have made one times a test, and if for any reason that inverter will not work, so it's mean I don't have power in all the house. So that ATAs, it will help to how it's called, to switch to the grid. So if you will not measure the power from the inverter, she will switch from the grid, so I get the power from the grid until the inverter is gonna come back in live. Yeah, so that is the system.